Welcome back. It's a lovely morning with our people well rested after the battle last night. The highest priority now is to learn wooden weaponry, build a bowyer's table, and get a bow in every settler's hand. The sooner each of them have a bow, the sooner they can begin to develop skill with it. I'm going to set up a production queue that will result in my crafters automatically dismantling worn out or low quality wooden weapons. If the weapon's hit points go below 51, or if the weapon is sturdy or less in quality, we will break it down for its basic materials. Then I will have my bowyers build bows until they have at least 2. These will be spare bows and I will not include the ones equipped. Our next important task is to burn the bodies of our enemies. For this we will need a pyre. I typically keep my pyre close to the battlefield, as it both helps to reduce the hauling time for burning the bodies, and also serves as a distraction to enemies who will attack it. It only costs 15 wood, and so it's a low cost structure to lose. I should add that most settlers will be appalled by the sight of dead bodies, giving them a negative mood modifier. The main trio, Kyle, Sylvester and Aman, all have the perks Callous, meaning they are not affected by seeing the dead. As Sylvester mines, I will need to add support beams to prevent a cave collapse. My method is to add a support beam every 4 grid spaces. A support beam has a max range of 10 grid spaces, and for every large room you will need to use columns and support beams. The same principle applies above ground when building structures. I'm keen to try and build a Housebarn using the new Temperature Mechanics. I will make it a basic shared sleeping quarters as a place for people to stay while individual rooms are being constructed. Due to the difficulty setting, our settlers can more easily become unhappy with their quality of life. They will want a nice room, nice clothes, good food, as well as religious needs, drinking needs and entertainment needs to be met. I also want a roof tower, and so I need space for a ladder. I will close off the ladder space to keep the weather out and the warmth in. Another beam can be added. I can now use this room to preserve food as it's below 4 Celsius. For now, I will put food stuff on the floor, but eventually I will unlock and build shelving. I will not store alcohol here, as I will eventually build a wine cellar for maturing the wine. We're not cannibals, so I will exclude human meat. Animal carcasses can also be stored here. By setting the priority to high, I have now made this the most preferred spot to haul foodstuff, as my home above only has a low priority. For the rest of the rainy spring we did our chores, and we eventually researched better furniture. It's now summer, making it more important to finish the underground food cellar. We will also want to begin tailoring soon to make summer clothes, but more importantly, we must begin preparing for the winter too. The new temperature mechanics provide us with a lot of new information, including the optimal temperatures to store the food at. This roasted meat is currently decaying at 0.14 times the normal decay rate, which is good, but if we get below 0, that food can be preserved indefinitely. To achieve 0, we will need ice technology. I already have a concept in mind that I want to try, which will involve digging a little bit deeper. It will be a while before I have ice technology, but I'll begin digging down now. A stairwell will go on either side. We have a considerable amount of linen now, 166. As a temporary solution, I decided to build my tailoring station in the barn. There is some good storage space and we have a large bundle of linen that can be preserved in here. I will add wool too in the event that we obtain sheep. After a bit of hard work, the homestead has evolved. All 4 of our people now have a bow, with spares being crafted. Kyle has already achieved fine level quality too. Similar to our boyer table, I will set low quality and worn out clothing to be dismantled. Sturdy quality is the best we will be able to do until our tailors become more skilled. Right now we need summer clothes, however we will want to prepare winter clothes as soon as possible. Both Iman and Redmond are passionate in tailoring. It seems that Redmond is a restitutionist, and I will need to build him a place of worship. For now, I will build a small temporary shrine next to the Housebarn. It looks like we have a new person joining us at Edenburgh. Lagliua, a 40-year-old charitable butcher, is of course welcome to join. As a farmer, a passionately skilled cook, and some passion in mining and smithing, we're glad to offer Lagliua a place in our home. We have a spare bow for Lagliua. We must also do her work priorities. Back to the shrine. Quite simple, but it will do for now. While all that work was going on above, Sylvester was below ground, grinding away. I began to work on a large underground workshop. Once we have the means to build a large castle, the workshop will move, and this underground workshop will make a good overflow storage. You'll notice that I exceed the beam distance, and I add side columns later to make the ceiling secure. With all this limestone on the floor, it only makes sense to build a stonemason bench here. This will allow us to craft a new building material called limestone brick, which are better than limestone cobble in every way. I'll want as much limestone brick as we can possibly get. We are deep into the summer now, and I ask a man to make a few straw hats for us to protect us from the sun. In the Management tab, I am now setting my settlers to automatically wear Headgear Q. This is a custom management setting I have made. If we go to Edit while the Headgear Q is equipped, we'll see the settings. I only allow them to wear a hat if it has 50 or more hit points and is made to a fine quality standard or more. I also decided to learn Fermenting to allow me to start making alcohol. I will be aiming to make fine wine, which is red currants fermented into a rough wine and then stored for an additional aging to make it a finer, more enjoyable wine. It is quite slow to make, but we will hopefully build a stock of it over the long term. I believe apples will turn into cider, but we currently do not have any apples. Now I changed their management to tell them that they can drink all alcohol except the rough wine, as we want the rough wine to age. Again, this is a custom management that I've made, which you can find by creating and editing it. The fermenting ingredients and the rough wine can be stored here for now. We will want to temperature control fermenting to achieve optimal speeds of fermentation. We are typically looking at a temperature between 6 and 10 Celsius, but there are new temperature mechanics and we'll look into this later. Randomly, a sheep has joined us. She must have heard of our impressive Housebarn. So we welcome Kima to the colony. In the morning, we are able to rope Kima into the pen. I then gave the place a quick look over for tasks that may need done, some grass cut or some trees brought down from the battle zone. I then extended our red currant shrubbery. That night we were met from another refugee from the Forest Bandits. Hrothgar is a 49-year-old Yorkish cordwainer, whatever that is, and is a pretty uninspired individual. Ultimately, we do need someone crafting bricks and doing other tasks like hauling, and so we accept him for his shortcomings and we'll do our best to help him be productive. Fortunately, his perks are not too bad. I then realised that I should set everyone, including Hrothgar, to only eat prepared meals, rather than allowing them to eat raw ingredients. In the morning, I decide to learn food preservation, as we must start to consider the coming winter. This technology allows us to build a smokehouse, which we can smoke meat as a means of preservative. I build two, as they only require a worker to start the smoke process, and then will slowly smoke the meat without the need for the worker. We do not have access to clay, so I change it to limestone construct. I also decide to build a second tailoring bench, as we have a multitude of people passionate in the work.